Hi guys, I'm Lisa and I'm from NYU Release.
Hi guys, I'm Anna and I'm going to talk about Biomolecular Science today.
Okay, so how did you choose your major?
I guess I've always known what I wanted to do since I was young, and I just figured out in high school basically that sophomore, freshman year I decided I wanted to be a surgeon. So for me it was basically what field I wanted to go into. So I think choosing my major Biomolecular Science wasn't that difficult for me personally.
Okay, what was your reality here, like versus your expectations?
I definitely expected it to be a lot nicer considering it was an engineering school and it was brand new and it was all hip in Brooklyn and everything. But I think that since I came here in the summer before the fall semester, it was like eye-opening that everything was under construction. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I do think that I made a lot of friends here and I did not expect that there would be much of a social life at an engineering school, but there was, and I feel like everyone here is so supportive of one another and it's a great environment to be in.
What does your schedule look like?
Okay, so BMS is one of the smaller majors here, which is nice that the fact that you know everyone in your major typically. Like there'll be like group chats and like study groups, but the issue is scheduling is really difficult because there's so many like limited courses that don't occur that often since no students beside BMS students take them, that my courses like are stuck to certain days.
Got it. How would you say your course load is compared to your peers that aren't BMS majors?
BMS is a lot of memorization, so you have bio labs every week, which typically take about like 12 hours to complete. So just that alone will take up 12 hours, and you have like chem labs. I would say like 15 to 18 hours of like work or studying, just because everything piles up if you push it back. And I have definitely done a lot of all-nighters.
Sorry guys, just a disclaimer, someone walked in during our video and it was like, let me just keep talking and making noise.
What is the exam for your major?
Because BMS is a lot of memorization, it's a lot of you need to know everything. And past exams really help in that because they'll always cover the same topics or similar questions. So if you have upperclassmen that you know in BMS, like definitely get their exams. For chem, I think it's a little different because the chem professor right now is newer, so she doesn't follow the old exams.
Okay, yeah, and it's completely legal to study off of old exams, by the way, guys.
Guys, they let me know.
How have your professors impacted your grades?
Okay, so I guess I didn't realize that college would be so flexible in the fact that if you email a professor and ask them for an extension or to reopen like an online like web assignment is what we do our work on, our homework, that they were very willing to do that. And I feel like your professors, especially, I'm sorry, I keep talking about bio, but that's like basically my only course, really. My bio professor, he grades your exams. So definitely get to know your professors, get to know their names, and you want the recommendations.
So do you have any professors that you recommend?
So it's difficult to say because I never took the other professors teaching the courses, but I think Professor Stein is an amazing lecturer. He puts PowerPoints on, and if you ever need anything, like you can email him and meet up with him. I don't know about Professor Seidenstein because I didn't take her class, but her classes are typically earlier, and I don't hear as good feedback from her as I hear from Stein.
Okay, nice.
And then I like Olaf for chem. I think he's willing to help you, but just don't get into that side because he's a little scary. Otherwise, Tommy Lee, there's so much contradiction around him for bio too. I personally like him. I don't think there's anything I hate about him. I hear a lot of bio students complain about him because he is a really tough grader, but I feel like during lecture he speaks pretty well and he's pretty informative, just that you need to look at old notes because sometimes he won't cover everything and he'll put it on the exam. That's the only issue.
That's true. Would you say that you have to buy any textbooks for your major?
You have to buy the lab manual for bios. There's no question about it, you need to buy it. Because first off, on Tandon books they only have the freshman first year semester, so they'll buy one. And they're missing one chapter out of it also, so I would definitely buy that. Everything else I don't think you need, especially not expository or anything like that.
Okay. And where do you buy your lab manual, for example?
Okay, if you guys please just go on Amazon or like eBay and find a used old book, because you're only going to use it for one semester. And I have friends who bought like the newest edition for like $300 when like the edition older is like $10, like a cheap used one. And I have definitely bought like a used book for it.
So what opportunities does Tandon offer for your major specifically?
Okay, so unlike the other majors, VIPs aren't really available to BMS students because there's only one VIP that even mentions anything near medicine, and it's the nursing one, which doesn't really correlate to what I want. So I think the BMS club personally is one of the best clubs here for BMS, or best clubs here in general. It combines BMS and CV, and they bring in lecturers for all different kinds of fields to help you. And they're so willing to help you because they were in your shoes before, and they're typically teaching at NYU or a hospital in Manhattan, so it's a great opportunity. And their budget is great. They give you huge catering events every time you go. It's so good. And they typically have extra credit opportunities along with it, like with bio, which you have to take anyway, which is nice.
So do you plan on pursuing med school?
Because I want to be a surgeon, I plan on going to medical school, hopefully at NYU Langone. But yes, I have to go to medical school just because it's on my path that I have to take to be a surgeon.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anna, for joining us today. I hope that this helps some future BMS majors out there.
Yes, thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.